All right, chat. How is everyone doing today? How's it going? Clara, thank you for re-subbing tier 1 sub.
Big numbers, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. Excited to see everyone here. This is a big day. Big announcements. So hopefully everyone's doing well. We can't be here too long, like an hour or so. I can't do anything too crazy today, unfortunately. But we do have to talk about, hold on, I had it and then I lost it. And then I had it and then I lost it. Then I had it, I lost it. This is Successful Geek. Thank you for becoming a member.
Successful Geek became a member. Successful Geek celebrates 8 months of membership. Shield your eyes.
I appreciate the support. All right. So Agents of Shield is going to be their thing for the next cycle, right? They didn't announce when it's going to be or anything like that. I can't show the video because they'll possibly copyright me on this. But they did Agents of Shield stuff. Hold on, we can go through this. I actually think Clara pulled a good image from here. Hold on, wait, yeah. Let me bring up this image. Open in browser. So these are most likely going to be our heroes, right? Yes, thank you, Clara, for pulling this. So guessing Nick Fury, guessing Maria Hill. Hype guesses, maybe. All right, while you all talk about that for a second, 777 Games, welcome to chat. Hopefully you're doing well. BB Nut, it's not Daredevil or Kingpin, 1 out of 10. Let's talk about that in a second, because I think there's actually a reason for that. Spee, how's it going? Blair, welcome to chat. Successful Geek, welcome. Dings, welcome to chat. Hopefully for Winter Soldier. I do think they're going to do Winter Soldier and Falcon. We've talked about this in the past, that if they would ever go back and do those things, you know, who would they have to include? I feel like Winter Soldier, and I feel like what do we just say? Falcon are big ones that they have to do. That was the most anticlimactic ending to a flight report ever. Yeah, that wasn't great. We can get into that a little bit too. Quake 2, maybe playable Maria Hill. I think for sure they'll do Maria Hill. I don't know if they come out with too strong. Maria Hill and Nick Fury seems like too much in the box, but I don't know, maybe Quake. I don't know the silhouette well enough. Agents of Shield sounds very We'll get into that. Brady, welcome to chat. Mr. Xmen, welcome to chat. Charisma, welcome to chat. Kato, welcome to chat. Where was this announced? There were Fantasy Flight Games in report thing. They did a live stream from Gen Con. It was very buggy. Hopefully they come out with the videos later. We can actually watch it. Shield is my favorite ways to play. It's awesome. Everything Board Games, welcome to chat. Iowa, welcome. Escher, welcome to chat. Do I finally get to play as Coulson? Maybe. He should be there too, right? I really like the more realistic spying stuff. Is Mystique going to be in this Shield set? Mystique is every hero. Do we understand that? Mystique is every hero. Dars, welcome to chat. Cardboard Crash Course, welcome. Said mostly here the Champions isn't going anywhere. Cardboard, you're a big TI guy, right? What did that planet mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Somebody explain that to me. I'm sure the Quake one is the hero. Welcome, Sean. Hopefully you're doing well. Nick and Maria pros. I think there'll be bulk of Shield and Spy tech. Spy is something they had to get into, so that'd be good. It's not Daredevil and Kingpin. Shield cards in different aspects. Welcome. I'm going to kind of skim over some stuff. AIM for sure. LW, welcome to chat. Dylan, welcome to chat. I have zero clue what the villains would be. That's a good question too. I don't really know. Captain America Sam could be one. That is true. You'll also talk about, so we're going to talk about everything. Yeah, we won't talk just about Marvel Champions. I think they will do New Avengers and Doctor Doom in 2027 when the movie comes out. Maybe? I don't know. I thought they were going to do Fantastic Four because it kind of lines up with the movie. But no, they're not. Our hero expansions and these picks are designed to throw us off. I mean, quite possibly. Also, if they use the cartoon, Nick Fury in the comics, or not cartoon, in the comics, has like a lot of hair, right? We're picturing Nick Fury like Samuel L. Jackson, I feel like. It could be a red herring, for sure. Been playing Mystique the whole time, exactly. It's been rebranded from now on. It's called SWU Report, where they talk about SWU, and then there's some other games. A lot of people are upset that there was no board game announcements, but I mean, card games are profitable. I get it. I'm a huge TI guy. Yeah, so explain the planet. Explain that planet thing. Can you let chat know what that's all about? I know who won't be in the set. Beast? Ouch. Mystique is any hero you want her to be. She's every hero. Expecting tons of shield cards. Definitely shield keyword they can get into for sure. Probably Scroll Home Planet. Baron Zemo. Okay. Hopefully preparation cards. That would be nice. Preparation. What is Cyclops use? Tactic or whatever? Throw some of them in there too. All right. I think I'm mostly caught up. So yeah. So there were a few things they announced. They talked about the hero packs. They talked about all this stuff. They talked about a lot of different things. I think one of the big things that they mentioned is that they pay attention to the community. And I don't know if they realize this joke is over or not, but like the whole, like, the game is dead, right? I know it's still talked about now and again, but they definitely made reference to it, that they are going to be doing this for the long haul. Now, I am 90% sure that the shield box is going to be designed. Man, YouTube tracking is like really bad. It used to be decent. Now it's not. So the shield box is probably going to be designed by Tony, most likely, because I if they alternate, Caleb did this box. I believe, and somebody can correct me, Tony is a huge fan of Fantastic Four and Daredevil. Not Tony. Caleb. I don't know if I said that right. Caleb, I'm pretty sure, is a huge Fantastic Four and Daredevil fan. That, I thought what they were going to do was Fantastic Four for Tony and then Daredevil for Caleb. It kind of leads me to believe now the next cycle will either be Daredevil or Fantastic Four to let Caleb do it, because they have to have that buffer in there, right? That's my guess. BB, pay attention to the community. They did Shield. I think they did Shield because the best things left, Caleb wants to do. That's what I think is what they're doing. And I know people like Tony's designs. There's still a lot of rough areas with Tony's designs. So I think people that wanted like a really well done Fantastic Four or Daredevil cycle, I think you want Caleb to do it, or at least Tony to get a little more experience. Clara, thank you for the gifted sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone being here too. I appreciate it. Ultimate Nick Fury looks like Sam Jackson, and the MCU basically gave Nick a son that looks like Sam Jackson. Fair enough, Jaska. I appreciate that. I just remember what the old comics look like. All right, I want to say the planet was from the old RPG, maybe before it was terraformed to be a set of the council. I'm super excited to hear for the game. We have the community working on it, though. I love it. Caleb is the Fantastic Four box for sure. That's why it wasn't this one. I guess so. I really thought they were going to go Fantastic Four, and then after that do Daredevil. Tony makes more interesting heroes, in my opinion. I think everyone has their own thing. I don't like Tony's heroes, generally speaking, but that's me. So that this is now D20 being selfish. Marching, the second favorite. Caleb wants to do Midnight Suns. Isn't Midnight Suns though technically a part of the X-Men universe? So I don't think they can touch it for a little while at least. It's gonna be Skrull villains for sure. Skrulls will be in there for sure. Simo had some shield stuff, which Boggs designed. I reckon Boggs will be all over this box. Started before he left. I 100% agree, Don. We talked about this too on the live streams where Boggs' fingerprints are still all over this game. And with this expansion, I'm sure there's a lot still coming from him. Still. As long as the heroes and villains are fun, but it's weird to see a shield expansion since we already have so many shield cards. Yeah, but we've always talked about that. They never did Winter Soldier. They never did Falcon. And those felt like two easy ones to do. Again, I thought I would have done it a long time ago, but I'm going to guess Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a filler expansion. So they do one cycle of it, and then the next cycle is like a longer cycle. So maybe that leads into Fantastic Four or the Daredevil expansion being 2 or 3 cycles long. Placing 200% of the blame on you for spending so much money on SWU and buy the same token today? Fair enough. Midnight Suns has magic, but it's mostly a Mystic Heroes thing. Okay. Thank you, Kato Marvin. Midnight Sun has some X-Men members, but it's mostly mystical. So do we think that will be... Oh wait, I want to put up a quick poll for you all. Are you hyped for Shield box? All right, YouTube, you're up. And let me do Twitch in 1 second. I want to see what the community's feeling for this. Give you about 10 minutes to vote. Give you all some time. Slightly off topic, as I have finally kind of caught up on Age of Apocalypse. What's everyone's thought on the villains for Age of Apocalypse? I think they're mostly good. I don't like the Four Horsemen, but I think in general they're really good. If this is more Boggs than Tony, it will slap. Agreed. Midnight Suns isn't really an X-Men thing. It's more of a Mystic kind of thing. Okay, cool. Midnight Suns is Blade, Ghost Rider, Elsa, Bloodstone, Morbius. Marvin, I want a lot of that stuff in there. Interviewed Boggs a long time ago in Netrunner. He was a very nice guy. That's all I hear. I hear he's a really great guy. And thoughts on Standard 3? I like Standard 3. It doesn't replace Standard 1 for me, but it complements it well, in my opinion. It's going to be like a Web Warriors Champions deal. Agreed. And that's the... Okay, wait. That's... Gurismo, that's an important point for us to talk about here. The Web Warrior series, right? The Web Warrior cycle, whatnot. They had champions of the last two. So it doesn't have to be all Shield related, right? They have broken this pattern before. So I think they did the same thing with the Guardians, right? The last two weren't, or no, one of them wasn't Guardians. I forgot. Wherever Valkyrie was with what's his face, War Machine. They weren't Guardians, right? So they could have other things. Again, it's not gonna be like massive heroes, but it could be maybe smaller heroes that don't fit somewhere. Shield and protection and aggression. They're going to do a rogue mechanic and just add those to the scrolls. Did they show anything in the box? No, they've shown nothing in the box. They just showed that template and a couple of a little bit of a movie. I want to wait for the movie because the frames were so bad because they're trying to live stream from an event where everyone's using the internet. Been waiting for Mockingbird. Timing seems off. Everyone wants Fantastic Four or Defenders. I think the villains make or break this expansion. If we get 5 amazing villains, I'm team on board. The poll should have included a neutral option. I'm feeling neutral about it. No. We were decisive in this chat. That's it. Do Twitch for 1 second. Yeah, I thought you... I'm not terribly hyped for the Shield heroes, but I could be really hyped for the Shield villains. Neutral would not hyped. I like the potential. Shield gameplay space. Don't care about the heroes or whatever. Not a comic guy. Maybe others will. As a huge Fantastic Four fan and the hype around RDJ as Doom, Shield is a bit disappointing. I feel like they're also... in a bad spot with everything that was going on with Fantastic Four and Doom and RDJ. Like all those announcements, like they're fighting against that. And that's really hard to fight. I think this wave could be good, but I want something more interesting than normal people with guns. Welcome, Leroy. What can Shield give us? Fury, Mockingbird, Quake, Deathlock. It can give us Winter Soldier. It can give us Falcon. I'm sure there's others. I don't really want to wave with just Shield agents. Again, I think they could have the last 2 heroes, 3 heroes, whatever it may be, not be Shield related. I haven't been that interested in the last couple of cycles. This one pulled me back in for sure. Not big on the X-Men. And that's the other thing too, is there's a lot of people that are kind of done with the X-Men cycle. This hopefully gets people kind of back into the fold. You know what I mean? And I think that's good for the game. My favorite MCU movies are Civil War, Winter Soldier, things like that. I love the idea of doing down-to-earth heroes. Yeah, and that's the thing. We have done a lot of crazy superpower stuff. A lot of the cards have leaned in that direction. We're going back into an old direction. I think that can be a good thing. Venom was in the cycle with Guardians. Yes, he was a Guardian, right? But what was Valkyrie and War Machine? Were they in there? I'm in the middle. Mad Titans, I think. Oh, Mad Titan. Thank you. I want another Spider Wave. You and me both, man. Spider Wave is to be something they're holding on for. And there's no way Boggs didn't like do something. You know what I mean? Where can I see the news? Magic. It's currently just on their YouTube page. They just did the report. They'll probably come out with the videos soon. But we'll see what they end up doing. But this seems incredibly underwhelming as the next cycle. You've got Fantastic Four the movie and Defenders right there. Again, I think as a community, not as a community. I shouldn't say that. I think personally, I really like the idea of Caleb doing it. So having a spacer, if he really wants to do those things, I think it's fine. Lorcana has ready exhaust tokens. They sure do. I'm fine with the shield curveball. I'm fine with just not X-Men at this point. I like the X-Men, don't get me wrong, but I'm ready for something else. Overall, that presentation was hype. I'm excited about this, especially because they're really committed to the game. That was the other big announcement is, you know, we've talked about this. Is the game dead? Is the game dead? The game is not dead. They did the meme. They talked about the meme. Oh yeah, Iron Patriot. They also have who's the Agent Shield guy, right? That we use as a defender all the time in leadership decks. US Agent. Give me him. So I think you know, they did the meme of it, and I think that was kind of a big thing overall, was that the game is not dead. They're not slowing down. Now there's good and bad for that, right? If they do a lot of filler now, but if it means that they're going to do a filler here, then 2 cycles, let's say a Fantastic Four or Daredevil or whatever, okay, then a filler, then let's say Midnight Suns for 2 rounds, you know, then a little bit filler. I mean, we're talking whatever. I will also say that their marketing guy, Peter, who hangs out in one of the Discords, has mentioned that they should be going to normal release cycles next year. They didn't mention it in this presentation. I wish they would have. But they mentioned that there was a slowdown this year, and they have no idea how it happened. Swoo. And now they should be going back to normal next year. They did mention that in Discords unofficially. So hopefully next year they actually have 2 cycles worth, not just 1. Hopefully. That's the rumor. The fact that shield feels like a filler in the episode, give me more time for Fantastic Four and Defenders to cook. Hey, if they need extra time to make Fantastic Four and Defenders amazing, that's fine. Make it good. Make it good. Falcon and Deathlock would be sick. Nick Fury villain would be able to draw 3 cards at the beginning of each turn. Call it now. Would they do a Nick Fury villain? That'd be hilarious if he just draws cards constantly. That's the next set for Arkham preview articles. Yeah, they should be doing the preview articles soonish. So that's personally hype. Excited for that. As Emma Frost fans, seeing US Agent get the pack before her would be infuriating. I also agree. Also, why weren't we talking about the main news? They art sleeves for Swoot. Dude, they spent so... Game Genic must make them so much money. I mean, I know the margins have to be crazy on it, but still. We need Galactus as a villain? 100%. A 4 villain card? Yes, please. Or like 10 cards that all get put together? Yes, please. Multiple cycles of Fantastic Four. If there's only 4 of them, people that know more about games can answer that. Okay, so really quick, I don't want to just... I mean, we'll talk about Marvel Champions, whatever you guys want to talk about. But this was the first thing they announced. The second thing is they talked about Arkham Horror a bit. And they did a whole weird thing with this guy in this mask that went on stage. I didn't really understand. It was just, it was a weird presentation. But they are going to be doing Cthulhu for Arkham Horror. So if you were getting ready for this, they did mention in the past that if they ever did Cthulhu for Arkham Horror, that would be the end of the game. Right? That would be it. And they specifically called out that actually that's not the case. We're not doing that. So they're going to change the game forever. Who knows what that means? Who knows? But they do have new designers, you know, because MJ has left. So they have new designers. I think MJ did Veil, or at least worked on it. This is probably just the new one. So they probably want to take it and run with it in their own direction. Before the FFG August live stream, 4 to 6 heroes with 3 of those being Sprue. Actually fight bosses like a sense of Marvel Champions. So there's usually a final guy or monster or thing at the end. So there is like kind of a big thing in the end of most Arkham Horror. It's like there's certain campaigns where there's like these massive complicated things. It's actually really, really cool. The problem is if you're me, you end up dying too soon. MJ had basically nothing to do with Veil. Okay, interesting. So yeah, I'm sure the new designers kind of want to take it their own thing. If they take it back to basics, okay. My biggest complaint with Arkham Horror is that it has been a little too complicated for me. There's just a little too much going on. I'm a simple guy, right? I'm a simple guy. I like simple things. And if they go back to basics, go back to Path of Carcosa stuff, team on board. Claire, announcing Cthulhu when I'm selling my entire collection. Rude. Fantasy Flight should have been the drop. Maximum Carnage. I would have. God, I want Maximum Carnage so bad. I think it's the perfect time for Shield drop. I think it's a good filler cycle. And again, if they go back to 2 cycles a year, I think everyone then looks at Shield again and goes, okay. But if it's Shield for the entire year of 2025, ugh. All right, polls just ended. I want small maps. Me too, man. That's why you can't build out too many cards. BB, just because it's true doesn't mean you have to say it. See, they announced 3 waves a year for SWU. Yeah, I mean, SWU is the main moneymaker right now. It's gotta be making bank for them. I'm using all my hopium on the day that Lord of the Rings gets a proper digital version. That's... Could we potentially see a Kate Bishop hero? Definitely. I would say it's definitely in the cards. They make a better version of Hawkeye. All right, so after that, the Twilight Imperium thing. They showed this planet. Cardboard Crash Course is going to be working on this. He's very into this game, and his community over on Discord is really into it. No one knew what this meant from my side of the community because we don't play the game. But this was also the only board game announcement. This is it. Like, you were literally saying, I'm not even like not telling you anything right now. They literally showed this picture and they're like, if you know what this means, you know what this means. And that's it. That was the only announcement about board games, which does mean Fantasy Flight Games is basically a card game company at this point, which, hey, I'm here for. I like cards, so. Dark Vengers, I like. I'll probably skip Shield as I have so much I'm super behind. Wait till it goes on sale. The Mag I see Shield being in the story and the tie-in X-Men to the Avengers, or to tease another group like Fantastic Four. I'm a noob. What is SWU? Star Wars Unlimited. And we'll get to it in a second. We've been working for a while, but I won't stop until it's done. Ronan, did you speculate in the Shield silhouettes? I'm thinking, here's the silhouettes for those that are new getting in here. I'm thinking Nick Fury, Maria Hill. That feels like a 2 big names, and they would do 1, but I don't know if they would do 2. Some people are saying Quake for this one as well. Another Twilight expansion. They made it sound like it was gonna be more than just like a basic expansion. Cancel those stuff out. Okay, so that's all I showed for Twilight Imperium. Then they talked about the Star Wars deck building game. And they made it sound like they had this new crazy announcement for this. And all it was them showing this, which I'm 90% sure we knew about this already. Like that's it. So this was supposed to be a one-off game. It's no longer a one-off game, which is interesting. I mean, I like the first deck building game. Hoping we get novels into it at some point. But it's not like, I don't know. It's like a fine game, right? It's a fine game. It's nothing amazing. I think we played it against Nelson on his stream a couple times, or 1 time, 2 times. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep doing this, because they have the IP, they have the artwork. You might as well recycle it, right? Just print money. Fantasy Flight Games, you have a ton of debt. Print money. Nick in the box, ain't no way. I don't know, maybe. But if it's not Nick, then it's Maria Hill. That would be my guess. I feel like the card game, most people will go with SWU. The codex they're referring to were P&P small, 5, 15 card expansions. The fact that it's bigger than that doesn't mean too much. Okay. Can it be played solo? As of now, no. The deck building game is a 2-player game. Game is actually pretty good. I think the announcement there is there's a whole team behind this now. I guess. It's fine, quick and easy. Yeah, it's fine. It's a fine game. I like it for what it is. All right, then we get to the SWU stuff. And they talk about Star Wars Unlimited a lot, right? They talk about, hey, we released this. And if you're at Fancy, or if you're at the booth, you can get this card now and get it signed. I think it's annoying that the deck builder game expansion is its own thing and not an expansion to the first box. It is its own thing, which is kind of weird. The deck building game looks pretty good, which I can't say about Swoo. Hey, now. Swoo is a very good game. Swoo is a very good game. But the deck building game, it's very basic. It's very basic game. But it is a fun game. We'll have to play the first one on stream at some point. I do enjoy playing it. All right, so they did a whole hype trailer. They showed off the new leaders, Ahsoka and General Grievous, and they are doing Twilight of the Republic is going to be the next cycle. They talked about General Grievous. They talked about the coordinate coordinate. Why am I trait? I guess not trait. It's a keyword. Whatever it is. Which is fine. They talked about this card, the Exploit, which is like, okay, this artwork is also gorgeous. So yeah, and that was that. And then this is the product line. I'm so incredibly hyped for the Swoo Set 3. Loving the game. Agreed, noob. I still love how Champs is still the redheaded stepkid of Fantasy Flight Games. Do you think it is? It's their number 2 thing right now for sure. It might, well, not for sure. It is probably doing a bit better than Arkham. So it's top 3. It's no Aeon's. We need Agent Beefcake and Agent Cheesecake in Champions. If those are real things that you're saying, yes. Yes, we do. Late to the party, catching on the stream. Hopefully we'll see more preparation cards and preparation heroes. I hope so too. Welcome, Jay. Clone Wars era is my favorite. I hope they do a solo mode for Star Wars Unlimited like how they Lorcan did. Welcome, Ty. I hope so too. I don't think they'll do it anytime soon, but I hope they do. I mean, they're skilled enough at solo games. They should be able to do it. The Clone Wars deck building game is a standalone that can be mixed with the original. Shield, really? We're going to get... I thought we going to get Ghost Rider or something? Probably Nick Fury. The champ segment was like, what, 2 minutes? Yeah, because they talked about, like, it's the 5-year anniversary. At first, when they did the whole 5-year anniversary segment, I thought they were going to do a whole thing about, like, oh, you know, it's like a new core box or something like that. And they weren't going to do anything really new. And I panicked for a quick second. I was like, oh my God, are they just going to re-release stuff now into like the big boxes for the cycles? And that's all they're going to say. So after they did the shield announcement, I was like, okay, at least it's something. At least it's something. Swoo isn't soloable, but it is very good. A friend of mine who is a Star Wars fan got super into it. It's not soloable yet. Ghost Rider could be in the shield cycle. Can Ghost Rider? I don't know enough about Ghost Rider. I'm out. I can't hear about Swoo anymore. I haven't played it yet. So far, the hatred of the heart of it. I'm sure it's fun to play, but I'm out on TCGs, especially ugly ones. Please tell me they aren't ramping up production for Swoo. I can't afford that. They're doing 3 more cycles next year. Okay, so they did this whole thing with all the accessories because this is obviously how they make all their money is accessories. So we're going to skip all over all of that because I don't really care. And then the last thing, the way they ended it, which was kind of like, holy cow. YouTube came and uploaded it. They basically announced the name. There we go. This is the release cadence for next year's Swoo stuff. Jump to Lightspeed, Legends of the Force, and Secrets of Power. It's going to be the next thing. That's all we know about. That's how they ended it. They are reprinting Spark of the Rebellion and Shadows of the Galaxy by the end of this year. So if you missed out on that stuff and don't want to pay a ton of money, there you go. Who with you? I hate everything Star Wars at this point. I'm so sick of the IP and Swoo basically taking over everything. FFG is making me hate it more. It's a good game though. It's a good game. You feel Champs is beating out Arkham? Doesn't Arkham get something like every 2-3 weeks? Johnny Danger. What do you mean get something? Arkham is printed once a year at this point, and that's it. There's really and they have like a pack, like a one-off pack, maybe 2. Something really awesome about fan-made solo variants is worth a shot. Core box repack with a campaign mode. Do we ever think they would go back and do a campaign mode? Makes me wonder. Champions still the major moneymaker. Champions is still a major moneymaker for them. 100%. 100%. Arkham Horror is a 1 cycle a year other than the reprints. How would you feel if they ditched hero packs for the shield cycle? What would they do instead? If they did villain packs? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would do that. 100%. If Marvel Champs go back to the original storytelling style, when each box led to the next, a shield box sounds like a bridge to whatever is next. And some people I think said it would work for like Fantastic Four or something like that. Ghost Rider works shield from time to time. Okay. Especially as a one-off. All right. Does Ghost Shield?
Thanks so much for what you do. You're my go-to for MC stuff. I gotta go, but I'll be back if I find something out with that planet. Lol.
Garber Crash Course, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the support. And yes, please figure something out with that planet so that we know what's going on. Appreciate the support. Thank you. So yeah, I've always does Ghost Rider work for anything else, or is Ghost Rider always kind of like a filler in there? I've always compared Champs to Star Wars Destiny back in the day. They didn't plan on it to take off like it did. Yeah, but at least didn't Star Wars Destiny kind of get like pushed aside, like thrown off the bus? I'm glad they are doing just 3 sets a year. Lorcana is 4 and Magic is like 12. I know. I'm happy if they start doing 4 or 5. They can't even keep up with the 3, right? They can't even keep up with the 3. So. Well, 1 second, chat. Okay. 3 sets of years, TCG is pretty good to me. Space vehicles, legend stuff, non-canon novels, no idea the secret power. 1K a year budget for SWU at least. Oh yeah. Arkham is for like the weird theory kids in the corner, but they support it very well. It's still a very popular game. I mean, it still has a lot of life. The community has done an amazing job keeping that game alive. I mean, not that it was like not that it was going to die anytime soon, but they've done an amazing job with it for sure. What villains could be in the shield box? I don't have any Marvel knowledge. Scrolls, what everyone's saying. I can see him redoing or doing a new core box the way they did with Netrunner. Yeah. SWU better than Champions? SWU is different than Champions. I wouldn't say it's better. I stand corrected on Arkham. I could have sworn they were churning stuff out left and right. It just seems like it. But they were reprinting the old stuff a lot. I'm a mechanics person. I didn't care about Marvel Champions when it was announced until I saw the live play and the mechanics got me. You could show me the SWU mechanics and I wouldn't care. SWU is a much more basic game. Easier game, maybe. For sure. SWU is very different than Champions, a TCG and 7 LCG, even just mechanically how it works. Ghost Rider might be in Midnight Suns. Maybe they bridge. Maybe they bridge Ghost Rider. Last one. I wonder if they'll do the silhouettes. Hopefully. If it has nothing to do with Daredevil or Punisher, I'm not trying to hear it. Hey Maurice, how's it going? You probably just see Arkham articles a lot, Johnny, because it's like, here's a thing that you can print and play. That's true. They do a lot of that print and play stuff and like book stuff and all that stuff. We'll bring new cool cards for Black Widow. Black Widow does need a support. I think if they use it as a way to support a lot of the older heroes and like kind of get them up to speed, I mean, that's the route they could take. Shield Hulk? Maybe? I hope that, wait, Ghost Rider was on the show. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Got here a little late. I think that the Shield box makes a lot of sense. Welcome, Sean. The trend seems to be that they standalone wave, the bigger 3. Yeah. And if they don't do a 3 wave, at least like 2, right? While Ghost Rider was on the show, he's much more involved with the Mystic Horror side of Marvel. Correct man, Arkham. I thought that and SWU are keeping the lights on for FFG. No, it's all good. But Embracer did saddle Fantasy Flight Games with a ton of debt. So that's a part of the reason why they're not getting rid of Marvel Champions anytime soon, or SWU, or Arkham. They are printing money for the game, and board games do not print money right now for them. Right now. Well, I think the TI crowd does a pretty good job, though. Well, goes for, would love to see some support for Widow. Arkham Horror is awesome. Yes, use my token coupon for buy the same token. You know, I just thought they can further flesh out the Thief and Spy with Shield. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Scrolls, Red Room, Aim, Baron Zemo. You know, look at who's Hawkeye's thing? That sniper guy, Bullseye? He could be a thing, right? He's a thing. It's worth noting that FFG doesn't have to pay a penny to use Arkham license, which makes it, yeah, that is very true. They make a lot of money on that because they don't have to pay for Arkham licensing. If they're smart to include scrolls impersonating tier A heroes, they finally get rid of fighting Iron Man or Cap. That would sell hot. Rob, if this is their way of doing Civil War stuff, okay. Nick Fury, Mockingbird in the Shield box. I'm going Team Nick Fury. I think they'll do it. Thanks for the breaking alert. Of course, that's what we're here for. I hope we get Winter Soldier and Falcon and Shield. I feel like we have to. I was so into SWU, but the difficulty to get the second set has turned me off so fast. Hey, Successful Geek. They are reprinting it, so there should be more later this year. But the second set was tough. I had to pre-order like day one, and it was tough to get it. I wouldn't mind seeing a revamp of the first wave heroes from Champs. I'm doing a little Gauntlet and going Mutants back Black Panther is a little bit jarring. If they print cards that kind of help them out, fine with that. Red Hulk of S.H.I.E.L.D., let's go. A MODOK villain? Definitely MODOK villain could be good. Maybe they won't have to errata MODOK then, and they'll put the periods this time. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a bit of a bummer compared to some of the options they have. I don't hate it by any means, just wasn't expecting it. I guess I don't think any of us were really expecting it at this point. Quick update on the UK and Marvel Champions. It seems Iceman was just a loss. Just packages lost. Jubilee should be out next week. Okay. Maybe you'll never get Iceman. And you know what? I think that's okay. What is TI? Twilight Imperium. I think they're on 4 now. Scientist Supreme, in my opinion, are givens. Idea, how about if they go for old hero fixes, they just include alternate versions of the character along with the edited cards? Just a thought. Maybe. Do you know how nuts this community would go if they like don't even tell us they're reprinting old fixes? It'd be hilarious. Crossfire. Considering rolling out Peggy Carter as Captain Britain for a surprise hero this cycle, I think Captain Britain would be fun. I just bought Sinister Motives and was so excited that I own a complete trait with S.H.I.E.L.D. Now this box is getting messed all up. So they announced new S.H.I.E.L.D. expansion box, yes. And they showed a few snippets. One of the ones that we're kind of leaning into is this one. It definitely seems like this will be the heroes for this box. So there's a lot of speculation on that. Sales are going to drop. Weird decision. Welcome, Mitch. For what? Marvel Champions? Yeah, I think they will go below what they were for X-Men, but I don't know how much they'll like drop. Agent Coulson? That's true. That could be Agent Coulson. Mockingbird, Nick Fury, Agent 13, Winter Soldier, Falcon, Kate Bishop, easy full shield lineup. Just spent over $300 on buy the same token. Let's go. At least you got 5% off. Winter Soldier and Falcon will be hero packs. I agree. Winter Soldier would probably like close it out, in my guess. Tracksuit, Maria for Hawkeye. Sales won't drop. The game is the best it's ever been, and S.H.I.E.L.D. Will be a great box. The only reason sales could drop, I think, is because there are a dedicated group of people that just wanted X-Men stuff, and that's it. So does S.H.I.E.L.D. bring in those people that, I mean, I think a lot of the X-Men people will continue buying stuff. Like, they got hooked, right? They're like the rest of us. They got hooked into the game. I think if those X-Men people keep buying into it, the system, then it does really well sales-wise and does better than what it previously was. If a lot of the X-Men people just go, nah, I just wanted X-Men stuff and that's it, I'm done, sales will drop, but they'll be above what they were before X-Men, I think. I think more people than ever into this game, and I don't think S.H.I.E.L.D. is that much of a deterrent. I think people still like basic Avengers stuff. I think us that's really deep into this stuff was just expecting something a little different is all. It's nice to have more S.H.I.E.L.D. support, though. Let's be real. I always hated how S.H.I.E.L.D. was limited to just Justice. Hot take, best box yet. Simmo competitor. We'll see. That's a hot and spicy take. I like it. Blame global warming. You're better off with Iceman being lost. You won the damn lottery. Iceman did come with some great cards though. No Iceman. Play 3-player game on Tuesday with Iceman, Jubilee, and Rogue. Shut down Expert Drang. I feel like Agents of Shield was a little like, yeah. I'm done with X-Men. I'm done with X-Men. I've got a leadership cap deck that's complete centered around Shield. There's decent Shield support in leadership. Could the right one be Doom Doom? Doesn't he have a hat? That's all I remember about him. Where's the hat? Yeah. Surely they save Kate Bishop for Young Avengers Champions. They could, I mean, they could definitely go that route. I mean, like they said, game's not dying anytime soon. As a collector, I will buy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. box. Not excited about it particularly, but looking forward to the Aspect editions. Well, then those people won't be happy with anything not X-Men, so whatever. No, that's true. I mean, there's going to be people that just won't be happy besides X-Men. But hopefully X-Men hooked them into the game, and then they kind of keep going with it. If Nick and Maria Hill are 2 heroes in the box, the wave for sure is going to have other heroes than S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. I mean, those are big name heroes. So we'll see. They usually don't do that, except for like the Spider Wave. Miles Morales was a big name box hero. Groot and Rocket were 2 to a point. Other than that, was Magic a big name? I don't know X-Men very well. If Nick and Maria, oh no, I just read that. So the expansion means a lot of new Shield cards. I love Shield builds, so that's great. And that's the thing. Our Shield builds so far are basically Shield Justice deck. So if we get other things besides that, really cool. Aggression ally like Monica Chang for attack team would be good. Definitely looks like an eye patch strap, like right there. Yeah. Enhance. Yeah. I still think this is Nick Fury. I think it's Nick Fury. I take it back about this being Maria Hill because I think that's too many good cards in one box or too many good heroes. But I think it's going to be Nick Fury. And also, kind of what we're saying here too, if Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not going to be as popular of a sale, let's just say, then put in a big hero. Right? X-Men, you didn't have to put the big hero into the box because the packs in the box were going to sell itself. But let's just say hypothetically, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is not going to be as big of a draw. They project. You put a big hero in there. Since they announced S.H.I.E.L.D. box, the Champs Discord should be in flames by now. Champs Discord. What are you doing over there? Go to my Discord. Web Warrior, welcome. S.H.I.E.L.D. hype? Love it. I think that could be counted by the number of people who don't like X-Men or are sick of it. Yeah, I think Heroic, that's definitely solid. I think there's a lot of people that were ready for something else. Nick Shadow patch on the side. I'm super glad. There's no stretch to X-Men. I'm so done with them. Same here. I mean, that's just Nick Fury. Who are S.H.I.E.L.D. villains? People saying Skrull. I got the SWU 2-player starter box, but that was on a humid day and the tokens disintegrated, so I can't play. Ew, really? That's weird. Also, you should be buying the same token stuff. Use my link. He has the collar popped. Yeah, and he's just got like a wide neck. He works what is traps? He works his traps a lot. I hope we get Red Hulk, so we get another Hulk style character that's way better than Hulk. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., if they finished out with Red Hulk, everyone would go from this cycle is whatever to Shield pool coming? No. Shut your mouth. Quake should have had some crazy AoE mechanics. Who can forget such huge names as Adam Warlock and Spider-Woman? Dude, the thing with Spider-Woman, though, is she's arguably one of the best heroes in the game. She's crazy good. Never heard of Magic before Champions? Interesting. Nick Maria box. Nick Maria, Pax, Winter Soldier, Captain Britain as Peggy, White Widow, and Falcon. Do we think they go back to 6 hero packs, though? This could be a box with 6 hero packs. Shield leadership is also a thing, but mostly just for Black Widow. I need my Quake. Quake and Fury, 98%. Does someone have a good picture of Quake that would fit this? With like her hair like that? Top left silhouette, head in the eye patch, strap, 100% Nick Fury. I've loved X-Men, but I'm ready to move to something new. I'll be happy if we can come back to revisit them. I think for sure there's a world in which we revisit them. I think they just don't want to play the licensing fees right away. Nick Fury and Quake. So happy it's not Fantastic Four. Let's go Shield, then street level to get to Daredevil, Punisher, etc. Ronan, Bad Hawkeye as a box villain. Coulson, Agent 13 in the box would not bring much hype at all. Nick makes sense here. Yeah. Yeah, I think you need a big name in here. But that also, I don't think an Agent Coulson hero pack sells. Does he? Serpent Society as villains. Champs Discord is where I saw the 5-month discussion on who will the last hero be. Now it's all a bunch of crying over Beast. Yeah. Like I said, join this Discord. We're much more positive. We're long overdue on AIM. AIM would bring MODOK, leader coming up in Captain America 4. Viper. Oh, Viper's not a good one too. You just gotta look at the Nemesis cards, right? I guess I'll just play more Marvel United next year. I want Winter Soldier for sure. Seems like the max cycle count is 2 before people begin to get sick of that cohort. I do think this is a one-off cycle, personally. I don't think they'll do 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think they'll do 2 like Fantastic Four or 2 Defenders cycle next. But I think they would do a one-off of this. Red Hulk would be sick too. Like, right? Let's go. Come on, Team Red Hulk. Sick hero run would be dope. Everyone and their mama works for S.H.I.E.L.D., so plenty of folks. Yep. Is clearly Phil Coulson and drag as his style. Hot take, I love they did Magneto. I think he'll be cool. I'm hyped for Magneto as well. What scenario packs? No idea. No idea. I don't know. S.H.I.E.L.D. villains. Let's see. 15 best villains. Agent 33. Jasper. Oh, this is from the show. I don't want the show. I want like real stuff. Zodiac. There you go. Great, like that. For the art for her, I think the guy that played Coulson would help excitement for the pack for him. He has a very likable character. Yeah, maybe. Isn't he old news by now? X-Men is hard to limit because there are so many X-Men that can bring to the game, but yeah, it's nice to have a break between teams. And again, we knew that there was a 3-year, basically a 3-wave, I shouldn't say 3-year, a 3-wave contract with them. So yeah. All right, so it seems like enemies are Agent Gorman, Lucan, Baron von Strucker, Bison, Bullseye, which we've talked about, Crossbones they've already done, Cyclone, Cyclops, Deadpool, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom could he be a tie-in for Fantastic Four next cycle? Because there are a lot of great Fantastic Four enemies. World War Hulk box by 2030. Let's go. They said the game's not dead. When is Post Malone joining Marvel Champions? If only. Why not have Thunderbolt Ross as a villain? Have him swap between Hulk and Ross like the Goblin Center? That'd be interesting. I'm not going to say no to more champions. I'm running out of storage for aspect cards. Just buy another box. Does the short hairstyle of Quake does look like that? Hold on. Quake Comics short hair. I want to find a good image of it. There's a lot of CGI stuff. Like this, like a lot of her hair seems down versus, oh wait, where did it go? This is more like wild, which obviously it could be like wind blowing it or something like that. Doom has fought everyone, but Fantasy Flight Games would be dumb not to, wouldn't it be that dumb to omit him from Fantastic Four? I feel like there's a lot of Fantastic Four villains. Elektra? I didn't realize Elektra. Emma Frost? Oh my god, wait. Emma Frost was a bad guy in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. According to, or S.H.I.E.L.D. enemies, I should say. So, Emma Frost, confirmed. They do shield and sword combo wave. Let's see what else we got. King Cobra, Magic, Magneto, Punisher, Red Skull, Mystique confirmed. Mystique is always confirmed. Sin, Team Abomination, Junkman, Viper, as people have said. Yelena. Can we finally get Yelena? Thanks for the coverage, of course. That's what I'm here for. Pretty much all the X-Men villains were S.H.I.E.L.D. at one point. There we go. Okay, so probably not going to do X-Men stuff, right? They probably don't have the licensing for that, realistically. What if it's scrolls shapeshift into common villains? What if it's a scroll that shapeshifts into Mystique who's disguised as someone else? Give it to me. And somehow they're a hero, so I can play as them. Somehow make that hero pack a thing. That's all I ask for. But, oh wait, I didn't look at the poll. All right, so YouTube, 70% of you are hyped for the S.H.I.E.L.D. box. 30% are not. What was it on Twitch? 86% of you are hyped. 12% are not. Or 12% are not. Sorry, I read it too fast. Okay. All the heroes have been Mystique the whole time. It's Mystiques. All the way down. Where is the tease posted? Also, I'm at work call, so I can't hear D20 talk about it yet. It's just on the video. Am I okay with only the swoosh starting packs for a while? Yeah. I mean, you'll want to buy individuals eventually, but the starter decks are fun. They're a lot of fun. FFG's YouTube channel. Yep. People are suggesting MODOK and AIM. I think there's more, again, because I don't know it super well. I think there's more than what I thought there was going to be to kind of really push it more. Hold on, I gotta see. Did they put it up on their socials yet? Fancy Flight Games. No, they haven't posted the videos yet. Usually they do it. Why do I now think we'll get Defenders next, but all the heroes are just scrolls? Oh my god, right? They should have some love in there for older heroes. I think this cycle will help with older heroes. I think that's going to be the actually, and it kind of makes okay. Wait, let's think about this a little bit more because this actually kind of makes sense. If a lot of people, by what we've been led to believe, a lot of people have gotten into Marvel Champions because of the X-Men cycle, right? A lot of people have gotten into it. So you have the core box and you have the X-Men cycle stuff. A way to get people into the older heroes would be to kind of build around them with an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing, right? Bring up the Avengers stuff again. And yeah, obviously you can't make new hero cards that go in there, but you make aspect cards that work really well for those old heroes, as everyone has said with S.H.I.E.L.D. or with Spy and Thief keywords, and some of that stuff works for Gambit as well. So you include that stuff, and it gets that group to reinvest in the old product. I mean, business-wise, it makes sense, and it helps. It helps business-wise. It helps the new people that are into this game get into the old stuff, and it helps us older people replay some of the older stuff. So that's me being, as positive as possible about it. AIM would be fun. Tons of crazy beekeepers. S.H.I.E.L.D. being an update kits for all other products would be great. I could definitely see them doing something like, obviously, again, they're not going to like full on do it, but like a soft kind of doing it, where they kind of did with like Thor, right? They helped out Thor. They helped out Hulk a little, right? Maybe really lean into that for the entire cycle. Why do I think we'll just, more arrows? It's actually DC Champions and everyone is Clayface. That'd be hilarious. This whole time it's been DC Champions. Falcon Hero? I think there'll be a Falcon Hero. I take some new Hulk cards for sure. But S.H.I.E.L.D. isn't great, but I love a Howling Commandos. But yes, also Rogue. DC Champions would be so amazing, especially if it's I had a weird Dark Horse prediction in my head that they were going to do DC Champion stuff. Because like CMON Games is doing DC now. Upper Deck, which we got to talk about legendary stuff later, is doing some stuff. There's a lot going on. So yeah. But I thought because those companies are doing stuff, I thought maybe they wanted to print more easy money and they would do it. But here we are. Red Hulk and more Gamma cards? Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. I would love DC Champions so much. Those are my comics as a kid. I feel that. A lot of people would love it. More Gamma, more good. I can see it. Gamma suit, finally. If they're going to do it. Okay, let's be for real for a second. Besides World War Hulk cycle, which we could still hold out hope for, this would probably be like the second best time they would fix Hulk, right? Possibly. And then just a red Hulk randomly thrown in there at the end. The community would love it. They would love it. They'd be 100% on board. Shield is not just a headliner for a cycle, in my opinion. I think if we see more stuff from it, I agree it doesn't have the same draw as the Defenders would, as a Fantastic Four would. I agree with that. But I think there's a lot of possibility in that cycle that could be really good. Card for Quake and Snap, and it's that hair. Quake, Snap, alt card. Oh, wait, is it this? Oh, wait. I think you're onto something. Open image, a new tab. This? And that's not too far off. That's not too far off at all. I can see that. Asgard suit? Don't get... Asgard's good. Nope, there's another one. This one? Played DC Rebirth is pretty good, and the girlfriend enjoying that. Thematically, it's kind of mad, but mechanically, I think its potential is the most interesting wave. I think it could be very interesting for sure. There better not be Shield character with less than 2 thwart. They're all like 5 thwart. It just breaks the game. That'd be interesting. Tony Stark was director of S.H.I.E.L.D. at one point. There you go. Do what Marvel Legendary does, where they'll have like an Iron Man hero, but then they'll have like a Tony Stark hero as well. Let's go. 5 thwart, power creep in my LCG. Let's go. Let's go team power creep. Was director of S.H.I.E.L.D. at one point, power creep in my LCG. The Winter Soldier was also pretty much guaranteed. I think Winter Soldier, for sure. I think he would be the last hero. So much potential on Nick Fury hero. I like when somebody was saying earlier that Nick Fury should be the villain, right? At the end, like one of the box villains, and he just has to draw 3 encounter cards each time. That's just hilarious. We would all just be complaining about it nonstop. Nick Fury, my childhood, not the Samuel L. Jackson version. Me too. But they're going to do the Samuel L. Jackson version for sure. For sure. It's basically just, it's been changed forever. He's just ubiquitous with it. Okay. Ultimate Fury became the main Fury. Yeah, exactly. All right, chat. So quick timeout for a second. Quick timeout. I have to actually do real work. I have to hop on a call. Now we have 2 options. I can leave this open and just put it on the be right back screen, and you can all hang out and talk and whatever. And if anyone new comes in, just let them know that I'll be back in like 15, 20 minutes. Or I can close the stream and maybe we talk later tonight. Whatever you all want to do is what we'll do. And you can earn channel points on Twitch. We also have the link to the Discord if you'd rather talk in there as well. Maybe later tonight. I might just do it later tonight anyway, but we'll see. Junior can posse for the art. Just loop us in your call. All right. Thanks for the news update. Of course. Of course. I think there is a lot to talk about in general. Why not both? Why not both, right? Why not Zoidberg? Let me join Discord to start the Magneto versus Beast discussion in there. Sorry, I have my mods ban you immediately. But no, what I'll do is I'll leave this running, and you all can keep talking. You can have your background music. You can talk about different things, and go from there. But I still got like 5 minutes. You get back to work, so later is good. Maybe we'll do both. If everyone wants both, we'll do both. It is a big news day. Big news day. Novels doesn't want your company tonight. Anyway, fact check true. When Nick Fury attacks or schemes, he draws 3 encounter cards. For each of those, instead, choose to take 2 damage or add 2 threat to the main scheme. And then all the cards have Surge on it. I think this is the direction they can go. I think this is the future of Marvel Champions. I think it's brilliant. Oh, I lost my live announcement page. So yeah, the next report. Oh, it's a SWU report, deck building report, SWU report, Arkham. So they have nothing planned for Marvel Champions anytime soon, which is the other kind of annoying thing. I want to see if they ever fix their video. Hold on, just looking at Surge and draw an encounter card. I know, right? Just give us all of it. Say anything about Lord of the Rings? We boycott? You ain't ever gonna say anything about Lord of the Rings. Alright, I think their live stream finally fixed. Nope, still laggy. Alright, so they had a siren. The only other thing, I just want to see one thing too. So always obviously look for Easter eggs in things I do. Hold on. I gotta pause it because I can't play it on live stream. So here, wait. Chat, we've been talking about aim. This is a still from the Gen Con report. So they do have aim with cross and sight. So I think the discussion that it's going to be aim related is totally on point. So we'll have aim, I guess, as a villain, right? Or against aim. Would aim related just be like the overall theme of the villains? Has a designer been named for Nightcrawler? I think so, but I don't remember. I think Boggs is actually a part of it still. So aim is definitely there. Now, let me really quick, because again, I can't show the video on stream or I get hit with a copyright. There's the 2. There's the helicarrier. The only other real thing we see, MODOK for sure. The only other thing we see is another possible hero with a hat. Which, don't know who that could be yet, but that's our other clue. And like right before this was something, so. Shoot, hold on. Let's okay, sorry. Unis has taught me that I don't really care too much of like a villain as long as it's a good encounter. Agreed, 100%. Middle day stream on my afternoon card off. On my afternoon off. I bet that's Winter Soldier. Oh, that's true. That could be Bucky. Aim is just Science Hydra. Plenty of variety with minions. Red Cap is probably Bucky Barnes. Bucky Barnes, confirmed. Confirmed. All right, chat. I have to hop on a work call. But like I said, we're going to leave the stream up. I will be back. This guy gave me like 15 minutes. Okay. I'll be back in 15 minutes. You all keep discussing, keep talking about things, play the video, pick up on things that we can talk about. But yeah, I will be right back if you all don't leave. But keep discussing. And actually, I don't even know where my BRB screen is. So. Hopefully this is it. All right, I'll see you all in, again, 15, 20 minutes. All right, part-time job is done. Part-time job is done. Oh, wait. I missed out this amount. First, I need to turn this music down. Second, let me get to it. Let me get to it. Give me a second. Give me a second, chat. Activity feed. Here we go. Giant lasagna.
Before he comes back. Meow 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 meow.
Let's go. I just want you all to know, upstairs over there, Novels is working right now, and I could once again hear her cackling for it. Giant lasagna, thank you for cheering. I appreciate that. Okay, if I missed anything important, let me know, chat. Can you check out the new cards on Star Wars Unlimited site? Yeah, we can look at that. No, I appreciate you doing that, Giant Lasagna, because it was a good intro to get back into this. Where are the new cards located? Oh, card database? Twilight of the Republic. Okay, we'll look at them in a second. It's funny. You know how I asked if it was okay if you only pick starter packs for student? Never mind. I bought a Shadow of the Galaxy booster box. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, so quick thing about Marvel Champions. There was a not SWU thing. Sorry, I got SWU on the head now. There was an AIM still, and there was we assume Red Hat is Bucky got going on there. So that's what we it looks like what we have going on. I saw a lot of talk about MODOK, because obviously while I was on an interview, I was actually doing a podcast for my real job. While I was doing that, I was just reading chat. So we had that going on. Okay, so Star Wars Unlimited. Let's talk about it a little bit. Desktop. Again, we talk about Marvel Champion stuff as well, but let's do this. So we have the announced leaders and bases. So coordinate, attack with a unit. It gets +1 for the attack. So again, this is their coordinate keyword that they have going on. General Grievous. Give a droid unit. So this is going to be all about building droid decks. So you give them a Sentinel thing for this phase. And then it's again, Sentinel. Boy, they have a lot of stuff. Can we just go through? No. All right. General's Guardian. Captain Rex. We got when played, when this unit is attacked. More coordinate. Coruscant Guard. When you play this unit, it may be ready for an attack. Really quick. Okay. Sorry, I do something really fast. Hey, Canadian, how's it going? It makes me so we do have Anakin. We did get Anakin Skywalker. Coordinate, 5 cost, 6/5 or 6/6 stat line on attack. Draw a card. Gain this ability when you control 3 or more units. So this is gonna be the big thing, right? This is coordinate ability, which should be pretty interesting that they do for this cycle. Me too. What else we got? Separatist Commando, Beldroid Export. Oh, is this it? Okay, it's just the 4 or the 10. 30-second stalwart, more coordinate, tank, and token units. So we got new token units. I can't believe SWU dragged you in. Of course they did. They're so great. I'm excited to have D20 build me a droid deck. I'm excited for when you do too. Anakin. I feel like coordinate is going to be really hard to pull off. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I mean, honestly, if it is, this draw a card makes sense on attack, because that's going to be like really, that would be a little too easy maybe to pull off. But I think coordinate is going to be really strong for Ahsoka, which makes sense, I guess. I forgot what else we were looking at, but yeah, so I'm excited for I'm excited for that stuff for sure. I was trying to go through the shield announcement, see if there's anything else that we didn't pick up. I feel like, okay, so it really annoys me because the thing was so glitchy. Let's go to this, the Gen Con report. I feel like this is something here, and I want to know what this is, but because it's not smooth, like the screen stuttered during this, we can't see what it is yet on the in-flight report. This is for Marvel Champions. Is the art better? It's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. This looks more like the enhance. All right, 2 enhanced. This looks more like the I don't want to say cartoon, but the cartoon. You know what I mean? It looks better, especially if you compare it to. This just doesn't look great, right? The vehicles are fine. Wait. This is not even the right one. I don't even want Shadows of the Galaxy. I want Twilight. No, not Twilight. Spark of Rebellion. That's what we're looking for. Like Count Dooku, I guess, isn't terrible. Like this just like looks weird. Like the art looks weird. Looks like Clone Wars. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Clone Wars. Like the artwork just doesn't look great. I think Swoo is suffering a bit from being inconsistent. I do think Swoo is suffering a bit from being inconsistent from the art. I do think it's the biggest critique about it. And honestly, if they say, hey, we're going to improve the artwork and make it better. Okay. I see it's not good. Playing Hellfire Droid for 4 is crazy. It's not as pretty as something like Magic or Lord of the Rings. No, it's definitely not. But if they're getting to the point of improving it, what are we looking for? Twilight of the Republic. I mean, I definitely think like this looks better. It's not perfect by any means, but I like the Ahsoka artwork. I think that's fine. Where's the back? Like, I think that looks fine. It's better. It's not great, but it's better. I generally think the vehicle, yes, the vehicles are really well done. It's the people that are rough. Everything else is fine. It's the people that are rough. Look at Legendary Encounters Firefly. Now, wasn't it screenshots? Droid's a little bland. It looks weird when they have like muted colors on top of muted colors. It's not the best looking thing. But I guess it's not the worst either. I'm also trying to wait for Fantasy Flight Games to put up a video from the in-flight stuff today. And they just haven't. Just haven't. It's not screenshot. It was art based on screenshots. Oh, okay. No, thank you. Okay, what else we got? So yeah, we had, oh yeah, Twilight Imperium. They're still working on it. We're still going to have more deck builder stuff from Star Wars. I also liked that when they showed off the Star Wars deck builder, it was like the tabletop simulator, right? Like they didn't even show off like the actual cards. They just showed us like these cubes from tabletop simulator. And it's very, very weird because the game comes out soon, right? Yeah, it comes out in 29 days. I feel like you should have been able to show us like some decent cards. Feels a little weird. But this is going to be a thing, mainly because I assume they're going to be recycling the artwork. They did this with Lord of the Rings, right? So Lord of the Rings LCG, they had all this artwork they paid for, and they reused it for Journeys in Middle-earth. So a lot of the artwork is the same. So to me, it feels kind of like they bought all the artwork. They might as well, different. So this is different from Swoop, yes. So this was supposed to originally be, the first deck builder was just going to be the one-off. You just play it. There's not deck. It's more like Hero Realms that there's like a market and you buy from the market and stuff like that, or Star Realms in this case because it's space related. So it's more like that instead of you have a pre-made deck already. It's not a bad game. It's fun. The card back is a little bit better. Since you're loving Hemlock so much thus far, aren't you pumped for Drowned City? Yeah, just bring it. Just bring it. It was funny though, because in the chat, you can't see the live stream chat anymore, which is kind of depressing. But they always talked about how if they ever did Cthulhu in Arkham Horror LCG, it meant the end of Arkham Horror, right? It meant that they were done doing Arkham Horror stuff. And so when everyone saw it, was like, there was like a quick panic from everyone that was like, is the game dead? And they're like, no, it's not dead. It's not dead. It's not dead. We're just changing the game completely forever. So I don't know what that means, but they are going to be, quote unquote, changing the game forever after this cycle. So I'm interested to see what that is, what they do. And I assume it's also because, you know, MJ left. They have their new designers, and I'm sure the new designers want to take it kind of in their own direction, do their own thing. LCG second edition. I mean, they just redid the core box, right? To make it a big one. It's similar to DC Deck Builder. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, again, I'll wait till I'm done with Hemlock Vale to like truly judge it. But it started off a little rough. Not dead. We're just changing the game forever, as in it no longer has content. I think they said Innsmouth was going to change the game forever, and they just added blessed and curse tokens. Did they really say that? All right, so we have another set of tokens. I'll take more tokens. But I'm excited they're going to keep doing it. What I hate about Arkham Horror is you can do 12 fights and sit, and it hits for 1. It doesn't feel right. Yeah, my biggest gripe against Arkham Horror is that there's 2 random things, right? So Marvel Champions, the random is the deck, right? Well, you have that in Arkham Horror, and you have a random bag to pull from as a modifier. So it just feels like a lot of random. So I think the changes that they're out of old investigators from OG board game, so there'll be all new investigators. Yeah, that could be fun. That could be fun. Now, if you have a shotgun. So, you know what's actually crazy? Okay, so the first, before the deck builder, the first 12 minutes and 43 seconds was about Marvel Champions, Arkham Horror, and Marvel Champions, Arkham Horror, and a little bit of Twilight Imperium. From 12:40 on was just Star Wars. Just shows you how much money Star Wars is making for them right now. They did announce more actual board games. I get it. I think a lot of people were disappointed in that. I think they're basically a card game company at this point. I think the margins are just so much better on cards. And they're with GameGenic, their partnership with them, they're basically a token company as well. The GameGenic thing was too long. The margins have to be crazy. I mean, GameGenic was, when did that guy take over? 12, let's say 45-ish. Yeah, I mean, he alone was, or 25, 45. So he was almost 15 minutes. He was a third of it. Was the GameGenic stuff was about a third of the announcements. And it was deck boxes and mats and sleeves. Which, like, I mean, unless you're going to do something like really crazy, nah. They said they put more people on the LCG teams, but most likely they move people around away from board games. Yeah. Most likely there's less people working on board games. I think TI, Twilight Imperium, is still very popular. I think it will still do very well. But most likely they probably pulled some extra hands on Arkham and Marvel Champions. And this is why I also think for Marvel Champions, they're going to be doing 2 releases in the next year, not just 1. What if Cthulhu destroys Arkham and they change the name Atlanta Horror? That'd be hilarious. Change the name for SWG. Someone needs to do the meme of the mom of the kid with the other kid drowning, celebrating Star Wars, and the other one's Champions in Arkham. And just what's at the bottom though? Like Lord of the Rings. He spent ages showing us a box that had been out for a year. Yeah. I mean, like, he was like reiterating the design of the box. And it's like, bro, we've seen the box. It is a very nice box. It's a very enjoyable box. Still a bit much. Marvel Horror, let's go. Oh, Android, yeah. Okay, so I honestly thought at the very end they were gonna bring out a new LCG with Lord of the Rings kind of off the table now, right? Because it's done printing. I thought there was gonna be a different card game, and there was a lot of hype in the live stream chat for another card game of either a reprint of Android Netrunner. Obviously, a lot of people want L5R. A lot of people want, though I don't think that's ever gonna happen. The end was bad. He just ran off, right? Like I get the marketing team's thought behind this, that like it was gonna be this great thing. Was it? I don't need a new LCG. We always need a new LCG. We need more card games constantly. Star Trek LCG. Hey, that'd be interesting. Twitch mobile app updated. Yeah, you gotta keep on top of those updates. I thought for sure the end was going to be a big announcement. Yeah, me too. Fallout would have been another fun one. I think that would have done well. It was a very disappointing ending for sure. I will say really quick, I'm going to cover it more at another point, but there is just slightly related. Marvel Legendary, for those that don't know, is getting a reprint, or getting a second edition. Sorry, not a reprint. Hold on. I'm going to steal this from Bageltop Games. Oh god, his Discord blew up today. Alright, maybe I'm not. Oh, wait, we're getting close to it. Doctor Who. Give me a second, chat. I'm almost there. I swear to God, I'm almost there. Alright, here we go. There we go. Alright, so shout out to Bageltop Games for this. Go support him if you haven't. So Marvel Legendary is getting a second edition game. So they're going to change it up a bit. From my understanding, there's not going to be Deadpool in the box anymore. Because I don't think they have the rights to Deadpool anymore. But Devin Lowe, who did the original thing, is apparently heavily in this still. So they're doing a second edition. Hopefully this means like the X-Men box and Civil War and all that stuff, like the really hard boxes to get. Hopefully that means that they're redoing all of that stuff and going to be reprinting it or making second editions of all that stuff. Because, man, people are selling those things for like $400 or $500. Instead they preview 3 set names, which meant nothing. Yeah, absolutely. It just led to speculation, and they weren't even like good enough names that like people would be like, oh, that relates to so and so. Marvel Zombies, Doctor Who, Harry Potter LCGs. Harry Potter has already been done as a card game, but it'd be interesting if they got the rights to it. DC Star Wars. I mean, with everyone doing DC stuff now, with Upper Deck going to be doing DC stuff, and who's the other one? CMON Games doing DC stuff now. I really thought there's gonna be more to it than that. Or I'm sorry, that like they would do a DC thing soon. What actual villains Shield has? How can I be hyped for that box? A lot of talk right now that we've had is MODOK, all of AIM stuff. You could have, oh god, we discussed this earlier. I can't remember exactly, but there's a decent amount to the Shield villains, but MODOK would be a big one. New Legendary Core is interesting. I wonder why they're making a new one instead of reprinting. So Bageltop was talking about this. There is unbalancing issues. Scrolls, that's another big one. Hydra, Shadow Government, yeah. Scrolls. Bageltop Games was talking about there's a lot of unbalanced cards, so they're remaking those cards. And he has a few images of them that don't mean a lot to me because I'm not as deep into the game as he is, but they're changing the values of it. So they're doing a second edition to help the balancing of the game. So I'm still missing some really major players and champions. I do think 4 or 5 LCGs of 5 boxes would be exciting for me than 20 boxes from the same IP. So my vote is also on new LCGs. Yeah, I mean, it feels like a moneymaker, but I don't know. Maybe they worry that like people wouldn't be invested as much into the new stuff. All I know is that they have a fully fleshed out universe that they own the rights to that doesn't cross over thematically with any of the other worlds. Just do an Android cooperative LCG. Yeah. So many people want Android stuff. The sets are Spaceships, Jedi, and Vagueness. I think the Shield announcement was my favorite announcement. I like Shield decks now that what we have. And what we discussed earlier too is possible hype too. Is with the Shield stuff is that it is a way for... Okay, so a lot of people were introduced to the game through the X-Men cycles, right? A lot of people came in through there. Now, if they figure out a way to fix some of the older Avengers heroes with Shield stuff, that's definitely a possibility that they could do certain things. Not that they would have like a new Hulk set printed in, right? They're not going to do that, but they could come out with Gamma traded cards or different things along that line of work, and could improve upon those older heroes, which gets the new fan base into buying the old stuff, and it makes the older fan base happy because they're not like forgetting about all the old heroes. Simon's DC campaign killed it, and everything thought that they wouldn't come close to Marvel. Yeah. Well, and Upper Deck got the rights to DC as well. We don't know what they're doing, if they're doing a DC Legendary or not, but they did say they are going to do a DC tabletop game of some sort. So it's got to be a Legendary type thing. They'll make more preparation cards, probably. I assume they would do a lot of those cards, that keywords we haven't touched as much, that need to be worked on. I think they probably have lost a lot of the people who made the Android lore, along with losing the art and some stuff from that hack. Maybe. I mean, even with the hack, though, like they were able to redo a lot of the Lord of the Rings stuff, even though it's different font and there's some spelling mistakes. But I want reprints of Return to boxes in Arkham. I would like that for the community, but I think it's going to be a long time before we see that. We need some Gamma cards for Hulk. 100%. Team Red Hulk? You never know. Yeah, they could do Shield with a lot of things. I know Shield, obviously, Justice is huge. You could do Shield. Sorry, my mic is making weird noises. You could do Shield. There's leadership that exists, but you can lean into them more. Shield aggression, Shield protection. There's some things you could do for sure. I gotta oil that. There's some pretty cool custom Maria Hill and Nick Fury heroes. Yeah. If they do focus on some of those older traits like Gamma, Asgard, and Human, the cycle could be more exciting. However, I think Shield trait is already very strong and pretty boring at this point. That's why I'm hesitant. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see for sure. I mean, I feel like they gotta touch on that older stuff. What heroes are we thinking for the Shield box? Nick Fury, Coulson, Maria Hill. Can't think of others at the moment. What we kind of guessed earlier, and I think I'm gonna lock in my vote on this, is that Nick Fury. I think this is Nick Fury because I think they have to do a big name hero for this box, for one big name hero to draw people into getting the box. They didn't have to do that as much with X-Men or anything because X-Men's going to sell itself. Also, this little hero, this looks like the top of the eye patch, or not the top, the string for the eye patch, right? So we're guessing Nick Fury on this. And a lot of people are saying Quake. And after looking at pictures of Quake earlier, I think I'm on Team Quake now. I think I could see this being Quake. I think Maria Hill will be a hero. I can see Mockingbird being a hero. I think Falcon is a hero. I think Bucky is a hero. We showed an image earlier of the recap, and we did get it. Oh, no, it's this one. Let's see if I can get it again. Right there. It's going to be just off. This is how you do it when you can't actually play the video. Hold on, wait. Let me go off a different screen so I can actually play it. The Helicarrier would be a hero. Let's go. There we go. Bucky. We're all guessing this is Bucky right here. I also want them to go back to doing 6 hero packs. Well, not that I want them to, but I think if they're going to do it, this is a cycle to do it. Quake makes sense. Her hair is a bit messy for Maria. Yeah. That's what we kind of landed on earlier. Definitely need Winter Soldier. Makes total sense. I'm 100% down for Winter Soldier hero. I'm just a pizza delivery boy. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Quake is a good guess. Maria Hill feels like a duplicate of Nick. And I feel like Maria Hill could sell herself. It could be like a good hero pack to sell. But we'll see. Sam Wilson cap. I hope they do Falcon. I do hope they do Falcon. But Sam Wilson cap, I guess, is a possibility. And then the other part of it is, do they have a tie-in to whatever the next cycle is going to be? U.S. agent villain? He just retaliates you? An Android cooperative LCG? I don't know. Maybe one day. You never know. You never know, chat. Things could happen. But yeah, I also haven't been able to look around on much else of the news going on of Gen Con. Obviously, this is like the most important stuff, right? Let's be honest. JJ Jameson, villain. Bro, Cap, if they don't do another Spider set, I'm gonna be so disappointed. The villains would be more interesting to me. That's fine. If they do a good villain cycle, I'm down with that. You know what I mean? Fantasy Flight Games will make 4 more Star Wars games before they make an Android. That's true. They're gonna lean into that IP as much. Maybe it's individual villains with a box that has 2 heroes. Maybe. JJ has a villain. You never know. He was a villain in one of the legendary boxes, and he's tough, man. He just like got everyone riled up, and like everyone else attacked you. Everyone playing leadership will be so mad when you bring your Maria Hill deck to the group too. Hey, is it alright if I play Maria Hill? No. He's so relatable as a villain. Yeah. I love him as a villain. I think he's so great. Ever seen Kobe Smulders? She definitely sells herself. No. Oh, the actress? Yes. There aren't too many spiders they haven't done yet to not go back. Oh yeah. 100% agree. They have to do it. But knowing Boggs, he has to have so much stuff like that's already been made that's just like chilling. You know what I mean? I mean, he is still. Hold on. Let's just check something. Is I think Boggs is listed as a credit for Nightcrawler, right? Oh, we don't know yet. Wait, wasn't Boggs just on something? Iceman. Iceman was partially Boggs. There's no way we get an entire shield cycle and no Carnage solo Doc Ock. Yeah, I think we'll get. So that was the other thing they pointed out in this. Was that the game's not dead, right? The game's not dead. Which, I don't know. Maybe they heard that from a certain YouTuber. Maybe they didn't. I don't really know. But the game's not dead. So I mean, they're planning to print this stuff for a long time. Hopefully they signed Caleb Grace to a long contract. Like the Gandalf guy. I still want Eddie Brock Venom hero symbiote suit. I think they have to do a Carnage cycle. I mean, they have to. It has to be mostly done somewhere. Boggs, anything but Iceman. Maybe he just like had one idea. Is he? Let's see if he's on Age of Apocalypse. No, he wasn't Age of Apocalypse box. He was X-23 though. And Angel. And Psylocke. Just it's crazy how much he had down. Boggs' old ideas and Caleb are keeping the game alive right now. If Caleb leaves, that would probably be my time to step out. I think he's still enjoying it though. Yeah. I think all right, speculation hat, right? Complete speculation. I think Caleb at least once, from my understanding from what the interviews I've seen, he likes Daredevil a lot and he likes Fantastic Four. I think he's going to stick around at least for that. I'm hoping this will never happen, but let a streamer dream for a second that they can convince Bog to come back for just one time. Just have him come back one time and do one more Spider Wave all by himself. I don't want him to have help. I want him to do it all by himself because I love his designs by himself. Just let me do it. Caleb needs to design both those boxes. And that's why I wonder if we're going to get this filler box, because this is a Tony box. Have have Tony keep honing his craft, right? Keep getting better. But you know they need to do well with Fantastic Four, and you know they need to do with Defenders. I can't even imagine the amount of pressure Caleb will feel when he actually designs Daredevil. If it's not already been, I'm sure he's working on it constantly, right? Like that has to be a perfect design. Perfect. But when are we getting Fantastic Four? I'm still guessing it's next. But by next I mean after Shield. I feel like they have to do that next. All the cards for Daredevil and Braille? Why not? Let's go for it. If his note was anything but don't release this, it was a mistake. A single return for Boggs would be amazing. And they could market around it. They could do so much. He's got to have an itch for it, right? What's Boggs doing nowadays? Is he still designing? Or is he just like chilling now? Living off that Lord of the Rings money. But I think they still have a lot of big things left to get to. Obviously, I think that's what we're going to be seeing. Yeah, there's still a lot to get to, for sure. But we'll do Shield. If his cards are Braille, then it'll be easier to read than a Psylocke card. That is true. It'll be less work to read it than the Psylocke cards. But to be fair, I already know what the Psylocke card says. Deal 4 damage and confuse an enemy. I know they reword it 15,000 different ways, but in the end, it's really just deal some damage and confuse an enemy. But yeah, so we'll get the Shield box. I'm still going to guess Fantastic Four is next. We're going to just keep guessing until I'm wrong, completely wrong. And then probably do 2 cycles of Fantastic Four-ish. Filler. Daredevil cycle. Filler. Spider-Man cycle. Filler. Then Midnight Suns. I think we left to go to Korea or somewhere, so probably not doing anything we know about. No, yeah, he's definitely gone. Like, he's out of the country. Yeah, Korea sounds right. But Fantasy Flight Games should pop him on a plane with his family, put him up in a nice hotel, 5-star hotel, for, I don't know, a couple months, and just let the man cook. How do we see sleeve Braille? Well, luckily for us, GameGenic will come out with a new sleeve for it that will have the Braille imprinted right on it, and then we can hear about it for 20 minutes. During the Gen Con showcase, they should have brought out a coffin with Lord of the Rings in it. Just put us out of our misery. No. What they're going to do is the same thing they did with Lord of the Rings last time. They won't talk about it for 2-3 years, right? They won't talk about it at all. And then, randomly, they'll come out with a scenario pack. And everyone will be like, Lord of the Rings is still alive. Is there an easy way to see who designed each or which hero and box? Hall of Heroes will tell you at the very top, or you have to look at the rulebook. Inhumans, that's not a good one. I mean, if he works alone, he can just let him make cards from home. That is true. Braille to speak accessory. Just watch the FFG announcement. You weren't joking about the video being jumpy? Dude, it's rough, right? It's a really rough video to watch. That's why I'm hoping they re-release it. I was hoping they would do it on Instagram or something. I don't know what their social media team's doing. No, they still haven't released it. Where is the announcement? It is on their YouTube page under the live tab. It's called Wait. I'll just give you the link. And I posted my Discord. Join my Discord. But that's the link to it. Saying they're basically all working from home now anyway. Well, that's good. If they're all working from home, they can hire me as a consultant. And I can tell them that everything they're doing is wrong. Should be more spider stuff and Kool-Aid Man. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, it's under the live tab if you're looking for it in general. I mean, that link will take you directly to it, but they don't like you? Fact check true. I get it. I get it. Legend has it the Game Genic guy is still talking. Yeah. They just slightly carried him off stage, and they just put him out back, and he's just showing off that box to anyone who's around. I don't think we need more spider stuff. Where is the ban button? Can we just ban Camo Lisk? I love spider stuff, so obviously I'm partial to it. Agreed. We're banning everyone. Banning everyone. Blanket bans. Mod is on it. But yeah, so I think I just want one. You really just need one more cycle, right? With Carnage, you need Carnage, Eddie Brock, Venom, Black Cat, Silk, and Doc Ock as his own villain, right? Those are like some of the key things I think you need. You don't need to have a 3-wave cycle of Spider-Man stuff. As much as I would love it, you don't need it. You just need the one. He's talking to the wall about box clasps. Someone is going to take him away from one of those big cartoon butterfly nets. If they ever cycle back around to X-Men, I hope for some X Factor stuff. I hope so too. I don't want them doing X-Men stuff for quite some time, but I do hope they cycle back around and yeah, talk about it. Jay Jameson also, yeah. Mysterio is a villain. We have that already. I think we need a random hero cycle filling in the gaps. They should just call it the gap cycle. Why not? Just lean into it. Spider-Man for sure. Uncle Ben Spider-Man. Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. There's literally no bigger heroes. Spider-Man also happens to have the second best set in villains. Spider-Man is the #1 selling hero in all of hero-dom. Because they remake the movie every 5 seconds. The snap cycle? There you go. Can we get Mysterio that's fun to play though? Oh, hey, Mysterio's not that bad. I don't mind Mysterio. Playing through and only have through wave 2 right now. Nice. All the great remaining villains are with Fantastic Four, Galactus, Terex, Doom, Puppet Master. There's a lot of great ones there. I think Fantastic Four will be a really great villain cycle. Just give us Daredevil and Kingpin, Moon Knight, Jessica Jones, Punisher. I think they will. Mysterio is fun to play if your favorite thing to do is shuffle cards. That is my favorite thing to do. How'd you know? Cyclops put a smackdown at Ebony Mall this morning? That's shocking, considering how bad Cyclops is. All right, let's see what our final poll was. I have 314 votes on YouTube. 68% of people, 314 votes. 68% of people are hyped for the Shield box. It's not bad. Spider-Man cycle? I know. I need a Kirby hero so I can eat all my cards. Yes. Daredevil could be a Sounder Man cycle. That is a wild idea. I mean, I guess it's possible. A what if cycle? I'm shocked they haven't done a what if. Also, I don't know if Shield would lead into Civil War or not. That could be interesting too. Very mad. Captain Carter hero pack? I think they could. If they're trying to get close to gender parity, I think Captain Carter makes a lot of sense for sure. Just see you do a tier list on how strong you think heroes are instead of how much you like them. There's a big difference. Yeah, we've done it once before on a live stream, but I probably when this cycle is done, I have to milk tier lists for all they're worth. And I guess I have to do it from a solo perspective, because obviously multiplayer is whatever. S tier and F tier? Yeah, there's only 2 options. They're either great or they're terrible. There is no in between. There is no nuance in the game. Annihilus would make a great villain too. Yeah. No, Fantasy 4 has a lot of great ones. Give me the Doom hero. So Valk is S tier, everyone else is F. Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, it makes the most logical sense to me. 68% of people are happy for any expansion. Any expansion that's not X-Men. I think it would have been kind of funny if they like faked an X-Men cycle. Of course, that would have been like making all the X-Men people really happy, but it would have been kind of funny. So like, I understand not enjoying playing Cyclops, but on a power level, he's pretty high out there. Is he? I mean, I guess he's like a C, so that's not bad. I want a Jeff hero. Been playing him in Marvel Rivals. I do think the shield box is the perfect precursor mechanics or theme box to drop a hammer with the Fantastic Four after. That for this nonsense, 2,500 sleeves brought. We need more tier lists from a purely multiplayer perspective. The problem is, okay, is there is no hero that goes from solo to multiplayer that gets worse, right? So like, all that would happen is everyone that's on solo would just move up slightly. Like, is there a bad... Okay, all right, let's actually... Quick, honest talk right now. Is there a bad multiplayer hero? Star-Lord gets worse? Does he? He just does 50 damage by himself and wins you the game. Deadpool? Well, Deadpool's trash, so that's fair. Deadpool is the one. Valk is a bad hero? You shut your face. Wolverine gets worse. He's still very good, but he's way better solo. Do you think he gets worse? I still feel like Wolverine can carry. I'm solo and multiplayer. I think 68% is pretty low considering most people will be happy with content if they love the game. Some get way better though. Yeah, no, some do for sure. Miss Marvel is worse than 3-player game. Well, she just can't swing as much. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do it for multiplayer. I don't know. I have to think about how I would do that. Play two-handed and the tier lists feel pretty far off. For power levels? Interesting. Iron Man is crazy in 4-player games. He's crazy in solo games too. Crazy. The problem is I don't play enough 4-player games, nor do I ever want to. So this is the other issue with multiplayer hero tier lists, is I would have to do it like, I guess a 2-player list. Like I don't play nearly enough 3 or 4-player to like justify doing that. You know what I mean? A bigger health pool on villains makes Wolverine self-damage not stretch as far. He's still very good, but he shines in solo. Deadpool is awful. Absolutely. I do think some weaker heroes get a lot stronger in multiplayer. 2 players is normally my cap. The game is too long. Yeah. Hulk can actually be bonkers the higher the player count. Hulk is bonkers regardless, but I agree. Hey, it's content that doesn't exist. It's true. I just have to figure out the best way to do it. I'm not disagreeing with you. I gotta figure out the best way to do it. But I think I would have to do it from a 2-player context. Because I couldn't just say like multiplayer. I have to say 2-player specifically. Because you know my 4-player people will be coming in and be like, actually, you're wrong about everything. 3 players is my limit. I could barely do 3-player. Like, I don't mind doing it now and again. We've done it with Daring Lime and Web Warrior. It was fun. I don't know if I could do that every week. It's a lot. Sounds more like sound like 3 more videos. Why not 10? 1 at each player count. I can't do 4. That ain't gonna happen. Deadpool and Wolverine are amazing in multiplayer together. I mean, you had me on Wolverine. I disagree on Deadpool. I hate Deadpool so much. I cannot stand his design. But I will. The thing that makes Wolverine kind of tough, I guess, in like 4-player, is his thwart card. Once they remove the last threat, right? So that would probably be harder to do on multiplayer. So I could see that being weaker, because it doesn't really scale, and you want that card to trigger. So yeah, for solo, that card would get kind of like nerfed. I don't know. I think what we could do is, as any good content creator would, I could outsource the work for the multiplayer tier listing, and we could have a stream on it and talk about it. Deadpool is better in Marvel Champions than Legendary. Fight me. I mean, I think he's equally bad in both. So, YouTube's having issues. Good to see. But we could do it. Is Twitch doing all right? Yeah, I think we're all right. So, Oh, wait. There's my internet dropping. Internet's dropping. Internet's freaking out. Doesn't know what to do. Okay, I think we're better now. So I think what was I saying? Oh, I think we would need to outsource the video for the multiplayer. And we have legalized betting. Fact check. Play the Panther leadership and protection of Wolverine. It was fantastic. Be interesting to see which designers' heroes are built more for solo and who focus their mechanics for multiplayer. There's one that comes to mind that doesn't focus on solo at all. That's what I need to watch on Twitch. I still like a 10-minute video on minimum token recommendations for solo players. We will do that at some point. It's on the list. Token recommendation video. I bet the support upgrades in the shield box are going to be a major feature. Or what you can do from the hero cards and ally. Crazy, but Nick Fury hero doing something super unique. What if Nick Fury hero is just like you have your 5 hand size and you can just draw 3 cards? YouTube is just slow. Yeah, YouTube's struggling. I'm dropping more frames over on YouTube now, and I don't know why. I think someone's uploading something on the internet. It's not me. Maybe Novel's posting a video? Probably. Blame her. But yeah, I see YouTube's having huge issues. Twitch is doing great, though. An announcement on her rival stream. There you go. Nick Fury, discard 3 cards to draw 3 cards once per turn. That could be interesting. The most important preview we've seen is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Unmatched stuff. Have they announced it yet? Like, is it at Gen Con? Or is it just like the picture that you showed in the Discord? Hence why you should all be in the Discord. I'm so excited for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff. How strong is Iron Man today? Iron Man's pretty darn good today. He is pretty darn good. I recommend. Show the minis. Okay. Fury, block and then attack and then leave. Multiplayer hero. Yeah. That'd be hilarious. He just is a chump blocker and that's it. He just throws shield agents in the way. It's actually a very good idea. Maybe build the list for solo and then have a segment where someone like Brant comes on to discuss what variations would be based on higher player counts. Could be cool. Yeah, Brant would be a good one to do it for. Yeah, there'll be a few interesting things you could do it for sure. Josh, you can discuss Hulk. Just have a community tier ranking for me. Right time for a change of topic. Why the hell did Red Bull keep Perez? I have no idea. Do they want McLaren to win the constructors? Basically. The problem is, what's their other option? Danny Ricciardo? Ricciardo's not good. Yuki's not good. Actually, they should have went with like Lawson. I think Lawson would be a better pickup than anyone else. But they should have never gotten. Well, I guess no. He's a backup driver, right? To put Lawson in. Does Jubilee ever get OP? No, not in my experience. I have to do my review video soon. But she, in my experience, does not get OP. She's not good. But yeah, Perez is just their whole team is rough right now. I honestly don't think I would have bought damage tokens if they had the dials when I bought them. The damage tokens are still nice for stuff on the board though, like villains and allies. They should pick D20. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good. They should have signed Carlos. Yeah, I don't know if Carlos wants to be there. I think Carlos wants to be the #1 guy. This is why Carlos hates Ferrari, is because he's not the #1 guy, right? Leclerc is. And I think that's what Carlos wants. So. Maria Hill would be 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points at the beginning of the player phase. Each player draws a card. Love it. Love it. That's true. Damage tokens are great for allies and minions. Yeah. Yeah. So they have their place. They're just a slightly different place. But yeah, for Longfellow, no, I personally don't think Jubilee ever gets OP. I think with certain builds, I think Web Warrior Fanatic, I did his deck offline. I think his Rush Hour build is good. I think it's good. I think he's also a very skilled player, so I think he cheats in that sense. But, and I use the word cheating very lightly. But I think she never gets OP. I think she can be good, and that's about it. But she's terrible against Stalwart. I sort of want to do an OG Fury just to see the reaction. That'd be amazing. I like the Carlos Williams sign. Williams coming back. I hope Williams comes back. I like Williams. I think they're a good team. I can't stand Dials. They're so nice though. Sargent has never outqualified Albin. He's outqualified Perez 7 times. I saw that. Isn't that crazy? They have to be dumping Perez somewhat soon. I mean, I guess because they're going to be losing Max probably in the next 2 years. I don't know. Saying the stream could only be an hour long. Well, it could only be an hour long because I had work to do. So instead, we did a Be Right Back. I lost 50% of my audience, but we're still here. I mean, I knew they were going to leave anyway, but that's fine. We didn't have much more to talk about anyway. When did we switch over to wrestling discussion? We're not even talking about wrestling. We're talking about Formula One. Totally different. We can talk about wrestling, though. SummerSlam is happening soon, right? Cyberpunk 2077. Is there enough there for an LCG for it? They ever come out with a card to let us possibly temporarily interact with Stalwart to help certain heroes feel less awful? I think it's an interesting idea. I think if you came out with like an upgrade attachment, you could do it. Shane McMahon having a chat with AEW. Nothing's going to happen with that. I haven't watched wrestling in several years now. Now it's time to get back on. Turning stalwart into steady. Yeah, that's how they would have to do it, right? You put an attachment on that you can't get rid of stalwart completely because I think it would break too many villains. But turning it into steady, I think it could be done. I wonder if all the same people are main eventing. Depends how long a few years ago. Cody Rhodes is the big name right now. Shane did. The photo got leaked. Yeah, but having a chat, right? They're not like there's no contract or anything signed. If FFG would do a Cyberpunk LCG, they'd just do Android. That's true. Or turn it into Super Steady requires 3, but still possible to stun and stay. Yeah, I mean, that'd be a good multiplayer card. For solo, it would do nothing. But I guess for multiplayer, you could get it to work pretty well. Because there's a higher probability for multiplayer, right? You can get 4 heroes to do 3 stuns. But for like a solo player to do it, like, it's just not worth it. But to help the multiplayer community, yeah, I mean, that's definitely an option for sure. Wrestling since the Ruthless Aggression era. It's a good era. Well, and next year is John Cena's farewell tour. So I'm hyped to get back into it. Not back into it, but to really watch for that. I love John Cena. I stopped watching when Reigns and Lesnar were in the top, those big spots. I know Lesnar retired. He didn't really retire. He just kind of stepped away because of the allegations. Can't just feels really bad. Isn't every year his farewell? No, he's like legit retiring. Yeah. Cena has come out and said he's done. And the next year is it. I think they should still crown him as champ at the very end so he can break the record. And then vacate the title. Just the best way to do it for him. He deserves it. He carried that company for like a decade. I watched New Japan Wrestling for a year as well after that. I'm hoping a Braun Breaker and Gunther win this weekend. Who are they going against? What's the SummerSlam card lineup? I don't even remember. All right, so we have CM Punk versus Drew, with what Rollins being the ref, right? That I don't really care about. It's fine. Cody Rhodes versus Solo. Cody Rhodes is gonna win. Damian Priest versus Gunther. I want Gunther to win because he needs it, but it feels weird for Damian to lose already. Bailey versus Nia Jax. Bailey will win. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. I'm actually excited for it because I'm a Liv Morgan fan, so I want her to win, but I don't think she will. Logan Paul versus LA Knight. I think LA Knight wins that. It's time for LA Knight to get that, and Logan Paul can do his own thing. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker versus Dragunov. Yeah, I don't want Sami to win. I can't stand Sami Zayn. So if he loses to either of those people, I'll be very happy. The narrative on Cena has changed so much recently. He was so hated. Now that he's a veteran position, it feels like people respect because he was so pushed for so long, and it was like the baby face. It was like the Hulk Hogan thing, right? Except for the racism part. But it was just he was pushed so much and so hard and in your face, and I think we had some really bad years right before the pandemic, even a little after the pandemic, that people will realize, oh wait, we actually had it good with Cena. But because he just like comes in every now and again, it's much better with him, I think. Dom is turning heel. I think so too. I think they need to break up the Judgment Day, and I think Dom changing is weird. No, R-Truth, dude, don't get me started. R-Truth needs to be protected at all costs. That man is perfection. Hogan said sorry. Well said. Don't get caught. Good old Hulk Hogan. All right, chat. That U.S. title reign when Cena was doing weekly challenges was the turning point for me. Well, that's the other thing. Cena legit defended the title on weekly shows. They haven't done that for a long time. That was a great run. Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, I think he should win the championship one last time. Break the record. Just give it to him. Heavyweight champion record. What is the record list? Or most title reigns? World championship list. Okay, so wait a minute. Why can I not find this? You think this would be easier to find? All right. I can't even find it. Whatever. Isn't Flair 16 across multiple different promotions? Yeah, I think Cena's at 16 too, right? Cena championship. It's also weird that like it's more prestigious to win it a bunch of times than to hold on to it for a long time, because Bruno had it for like 5 million years or whatever. WWE Championship. Hold on. Now I need to know what this is. Championship record. Okay, so Ric Flair had 16 reigns, and John Cena has 16, so they're tied. WWE really hates Ric Flair nowadays because of just everything he's done to the company. So I feel like John Cena should be allowed to win one more at the very end. So, oh my God, I got Norton security virus pop-ups. To allow him to beat Ric Flair. About defending the title, longevity, pro wrestling emphasizes the number of titles won. Yeah, it's really, really weird. But yeah, I think they should allow him to break the record, break Ric Flair's record, and then this way no one else besides like what's his face, Randy Orton's even close. All right, chat. I'm done. My brain hurts. My brain hurts. So, appreciate you all being here. Appreciate you all hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed this special stream. We talked about this wonderful in-flight report at Gen Con. 1 hour title reign, that would be at it. Exactly. Just let him win it for a quick second. And then have somebody cash money in the bank on him. Appreciate everyone. We'll be back tomorrow night for sure. I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna be live tonight because we did so much now. Maybe not. Join Discord and you'll know for sure. But I appreciate you all hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed the news. Hopefully you enjoy everything. Nice to share the excitement about the good parts. Yeah. It's still, I'm happy. At the end of the day, I'm happy with Marvel Champions. I'm happy they're not quitting on it anytime soon. I'm happy they emphasize that. I think a filler thing with Tony working on making sure he's improving his design capabilities is a good thing overall. I think Fantastic Four being saved for a little bit is maybe not what I would want, but if it leads to Caleb Grace doing the beginning design and the big name heroes on it, I'm 100% for. And if that leads to 2 waves of Fantastic Four and then maybe Defenders after that, where Caleb once again gets to do the first box and really knock it out of the park, then I'm for that as well. So I'm excited for the direction of the game still. I know many people here don't like Swoo as much as I do, but I like Swoo a lot, and I'm excited for where that game's going, even if they talked about it for too long. Arkham Horror, I'm excited to see what they'll do with that. And, well, that's really all they announced. I don't care about the accessories that much. So, anyway, appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. And I will see you at the very worst tomorrow night. Novels and I will be live playing something. I have no idea what. I'm sure it's been decided. My wallet isn't happy. But I'm sure we'll be doing something tomorrow night. So make sure that you're there. We'll see you definitely tomorrow. Maybe tonight. Haven't decided. Take care, everyone. Have a good one.